Welcome back, everybody. By everybody, I mean me. All right, I've been gone for like a week, just sick, and my brain is still kind of fogged up, so it's not going to be the wisest video in the world, but bear with me, please. So I've been gone for a week, and I hear that we're getting a new set as, as that happens this time of the month, whatever. And I see, first thing we got to talk about, it's going to be Gen 9, Paldean Wonders. Bro, don't care. Maybe the least interesting generation ever. Actually, there is something interesting about this generation, and that is the Paradox Pokemon. Is the set about the Paradox Pokemon? Nah. Just like the Pokemon we've already made cards for. We're going to give some of them EXs, and some of them you're going to see for the 4th time, like Maushold. You want another Maushold card? He just got one that was kind of funny. Here's another one, and it's not interesting at all. Like, I don't know why they picked Gen 9 for whatever this is. Number 2 thing, because we're not gonna roleplay here and like watch the trailer. I watched the trailer this morning, and I'm just home from work, and now I got, my thoughts to get out on this set. So number 1, Gen 9, least interesting thing they could have done. There's so far no mention of any Paradox Pokemon, which is like the cool thing they could have done with a Paldean set, because genuinely, who cares about a Paldean set right now? We've already gotten like Tinkaton EX, Paldean Clodsire, like we've seen all these Pokemon, man. We've seen them all. You have all the Paradoxes. The Paradoxes could have gone really... Imagine they do the Paradox like they do a past and a future set, like 2-pack thing. And then you have like Mega Gallade for one of them and Mega Salamence for another. Obviously, like, not the same things, but it's kind of like the only way to actually tie in Megas into a Gen 9 set. Unless you do some of the new ones that just happened in ZA, but I'll be honest, I don't even know what they are. There was a Mega... No, I can't even begin to act like I know what they are. So yeah, those were my thoughts going into actually having the set revealed. Now we can take a look at the cards, and there's really not many to talk about, right? Like, there's a Fuecoco that's gonna put a bench Pokemon down. Cool. If you start him, you're screwed. Well, not screwed, but you're just gonna have to... You'd hope that it'd have a decent attack with the cheerful singing, because he's not going anywhere. But at least you'll be putting basics on the bench. So that's something. Kind of excited to see what the monster turns into. What is his name, dude? Skeledirge. Yeah. There's just a lot of cards here that don't actually mean anything to anybody. Because they're all like just basic Pokemon. And again, let's not role play and talk about some fraud stuff just to get the watch time up. All right, let's just talk about the stuff that matters. Like the Gholdengo EX. Hey, you like Dragonite? You like Rayquaza? You like Wugtrio? Guess what? Here's another one. We're never gonna run out of these guys. We reinvent the do damage randomly every couple of months. We figure out a new way to word it. We find a new way to assemble those words so it's slightly different, and so it's still tier I don't know, negative 1000. No, sorry, tier positive 1000. Negative 1000 would be broken, right? Tier 1000 thing is whatever. I mean, dude, it's metal energy only. It has to be metal energy. Use one of your opponent's Pokemon is chosen at random. For each metal energy attached to this Pokemon, for each time a Pokemon was chosen, do 40 damage to it. I guess the nice thing is it will ramp. Like, you can't just do it for one and then attach and then go again. But like, I would think you just want to attach a bunch of energy to it and then send it up. I don't know that Gholdengo attaching to itself in the active spot is like the way to go. Maybe it is, probably not. Dude, I don't know, man. No, these cards have never been good before, and like, was this it really that now you can do it earlier on in the game by like 1 turn instead of just going like Pichu, accelerate to Rayquaza, or Pichu accelerate to Dragonite. Like, is that really the difference between these type of attacks being good or not? I don't know. And maybe, like, not the undamaged or the no damage cap on it either. Because, like, what? We could power it up with Dialga. Dialga maybe gets 2 attacks in, and then he's done. And that's, like, the only metal acceleration we have. The only real metal acceleration besides manual attachment. I don't see Gholdengo doing anything. And we'll talk about the other thing with these guys, too. Meowscarada. I saw people try to, like, determine, is this card going to be good or bad? Guys, I have the answer for you. Dude, you just have to play the card to see. Because, like, what? Is it going to... Dude, it's too much... Until the end of your opponent's next... Like, you have to wait until your opponent ends their turn before that damage gets placed. It's just such a weird effect that it's, like, impossible to say. It's just... Sometimes your opponent will evolve the Pokemon you're targeting. Sometimes they won't. And you'll get to knock out the little baby. Sometimes your opponent will switch out that Pokemon. And something else will get damaged. I err on the side of it not being the best. It is, you know, a 1 energy into a 2 energy attack. Cool. It kind of like the flower trick kind of reminds me of like Future Sight from the video game. You can just try to stack like double damage in 1 turn with it, which would be like 150. I was hoping this guy would just have like an instant Hydreigon nuke button, but there is no such thing. And dude, I don't have much more to say. Like this attack right here, the flower trick. I guess I should read it. Choose a spot from among your opponent's active spot and bench. At the end of your opponent's next turn, do 70 damage to the Pokemon in the spot you chose. So I'm guessing is you pick one of the 4 spots on your opponent's board, and you say that spot, I'm shooting a gun in the air, and at the end of your turn, a bullet's gonna drop and it's gonna land on that spot, and whatever's in it's gonna get hurt. And it's like, I don't know, dude, your opponent has an entire turn to like figure out like, all right, is it going to, okay, well, should I evolve it even, or should I just let it die? Maybe I should heal it. Like, should I do something with this? I don't know. It's too weird of an effect to make a call right now, I think, to be honest. We'll just have to play with it. It's not anything like outwardly powerful. I mean, it's a 70 snipe for 1, but again, it's not like on your turn. So the biggest problem is that like if something's damaged on the bench, it's your opponent is given the opportunity to heal that Pokemon, move that Pokemon if it's going to lose them the game. You know, it doesn't, it's just not an immediate effect. So there are ways your opponent can play around it. Meowscarada, it's an interesting attack though. It is kind of cool. Also kind of weak. 160 HP for a stage 2 is strange. Dude, other than that, like, no megas revealed. That's kind of it. We have Arven. Flip a coin. If heads, put a random item card from your deck into your hand. I apologize, the sickness is still in my bones. If tails, put a random Pokemon tool card from your deck into your hand. Dude, I don't think it's good. We have, like I always say, we have Copycat, we have Research. Am I... For a 50-50, I can get a random tool or a random item. Like, dude, the random item card could just be a Pokeball. What if I don't want a Pokeball? What if I need my rare candy? And if I'm looking for a rare candy, you know, why am I not just playing a Copycat or a Research? So, okay, man, it doesn't seem that great. It just reminds me of like Sightseer and May. Like, these cards that are just not as universally good as Copycat is. And nothing really has the deck space for anything but double Research, double Copycat, and then, like, their Cyrus and Sabrina's. And then maybe, like, another tech supporter. But as far as, like, more consistency supporters, we're kind of happy with Copycat and Research. Like, that's sort of all we need, dude. So, cool, I guess, thanks, but I don't think it's doing anything. Pneumonia, attacks, or during this turn, attacks used by your Pawmot do plus 80 damage. That's like such a big damage boost, but you gotta realize they settled on 80 as like the all right, we can give this Pokemon an extra 80 damage into EXs and it still isn't gonna be broken. Like, that's how bad is this Palmon about to be that they're like, we can, yeah, dude, he can do 80 damage off of 80 extra damage off a supporter and he won't be broken. Let him, yeah, like, go ahead. How bad is this thing, dude? What is this thing doing? I know the other one does like 70, so if you play this, it does 150. But this is the problem, right? Like, so you're giving this thing, you're letting this thing do 80 more damage. There is 0% chance it does 100, any more than 100. There's like 0% chance. It probably just does 80 at max. It does 80. How are you ever knocking out Hydreigon? Like, I can already see the future. This card does not beat Hydreigon. Pack it up. Why even play it? Why even play it? Unless this set has something that just like kills Hydreigon, which is very, very unlikely. But you know, it's probably just not gonna be able to deal with Hydreigon, man. And at that point, why play it? So that's how I feel about that. Yeah, 80 damage seems crazy, but like obviously they made the card to not make it the most broken thing in the world. So 80 damage was just a fine number. 80 damage is probably too low. You probably still needs to do like this card. You're gonna look at it, you're gonna go, why didn't it say 100, dude? Like, this guy can't even knock out anything. And then we have the stadium card, the last interesting card, Meowscarada. You flip a coin. If heads, you get a random Pokemon from your deck into your hand. So here's what's gonna happen. The Hydreigon deck is gonna put this in there, and now we have yet another coin flip card in Hydreigon, which actually makes it more consistent. Because just on average, you're going to be drawing Pokemon out of the deck more. This is a pretty ridiculous card to print. Blaziken. I'll be honest, Blaziken, you probably want this. You probably would like this in the deck. Who else? I don't know. I just need stage 2. But I think the one that's going to take advantage of it the most is Hydreigon. I don't think anybody besides Hydreigon is going to get the most, get as much value out of this thing. Yeah, it's going to be pretty ridiculous. It's a good stadium, for sure. It's a very, very good stadium. But that's really all I got to say. It's a good stadium. I mean, what? You want me to start talking about combo pieces? If you're an evolution deck, you can throw Meowscarada in there. Boom, you're more consistent. This is really the what do you want me to say, bro? This isn't... You don't have to think about any of this stuff. It's kind of served up to you on a golden platter, silver platter, whatever you say. I would say, why not golden? Golden's worth more than silver. Whatever. So last thing to talk about, I guess, with the set is a little bit of drama. This is the Gholdengo from the actual card game, and so is this Meowscarada, and so is this Maushold. So I've been gone for a week, and I kind of feel like I've come back to a complete fever dream, because like we get what seems like a very uninspired set. Like this Arven, this is just like, oh, Arven's a pretty good card. How do we make it suck enough for this game? All right, well, we'll just have it do the same effect, but it's just you get one, or you get half of the effect, and it just depends on how you flip the coin. And then you get something, and then it's random. You don't even get to pick. Meowscarada, another card that was in the actual TCG, and they just said, all right, well, probably too strong for the card game. I believe it was flip a coin. If heads, you got an evolution. If tails, you got a basic, something like that. So just like, how do we, nerf that? I think that's how Meowscarada worked. It was a while ago when that card was relevant. Either way, so dude, this set is like, it's all recycled so far in one way or the other. Either just like the card effects or the actual artworks, and it's just a really weird thing to start doing now, because this has never happened before. We've never once seen an EX card be reused. We've never seen a 1-star get used. And also, like, I mean, so I've seen like a couple opinions. People are like, who actually cares if we're, you know, if we're reusing these artworks? Like, to me, if anything, it doesn't make a difference to me. Like, I've always thought, like, oh, it's like online collecting. Like, none of these cards are worth any money anyways. I don't really care. But it's like, why are we getting lazy now? Why are we getting lazier as the game's going on? Like, it only concerns me because it's like, all right, so we're gonna start cutting corners on the card artwork in the game that you guys seem to be very much pushing to be like collecting and not about actually playing. We're gonna start cutting corners on the collecting stuff when we already have been with the playing as well. Like, it's just not a good sign. It's not a good sign for them to all of a sudden be reusing artworks for everything. All right, I got distracted by a noise, and I'll be honest, I've exited flow state. Again, dude, my brain is not working, but yeah, just kind of weird that they're reusing artworks and stuff. This is a very... Everyone give yourself a 2-week vacation at the office, and we'll let the intern toss together a set. I'm not kidding. This might be the first time I don't spend a single dollar on a set when this comes out, because so far none of these cards seem like relevant. The cards they've shown, these are the cards they're showcasing for the damn trailer. Just think about, when was the last time we had a trailer showed cards that were like this unappealing, right? Like, usually it's like, dude, here's a new mega, here's like something that like might just take over the meta. It doesn't look like there's anything here worth spending money on, bro. I might just like low-key boycott this set. Nothing here looks like there's any point. I don't know. This kind of sucks, guys. I hope you're excited to play Hydreigon Altaria for another month, because off of this, I don't see how anything's gonna change. All right, well, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. I'll see you on the next one.